Number 10. The 100-ton gun. Caliber, 450 mm. Origin, United Kingdom. This short-barreled, rifled muzzle-loader lived up to its name, and more, with a total weight of 103 tons. Though it was commissioned for the coastal defense of Great Britain from 1877 to 1906, its comparatively short range of only 3.7 miles made its usefulness subject to debate. Still, its 2,000-pound shells packed a serious wallop. Number 9. La Grosse Bertha is a very large piece of siege artillery used by the German army during the First World War. It was a howitzer 420 mm in diameter and 16 calibers long. Two models were built, first the 42 cm Kriegsmarine 12, Gamma Morser, from 1912, then the 42 cm Kriegsmarine 14, M. Drat, from 1914. The Pariser Kanonen, Paris guns in English, are 7 very long-range artillery pieces used during World War I by the Germans to bombard Paris between March 23 and August 9, 19,181. Number 8. Schwerer Gustav. This was the name given to a German 80 cm railway gun, a huge piece of artillery designed to be shot from a railway wagon. It was developed in the late 1930s by Krupp of Essen as artillery for the explicit purpose of destroying the main forts of the French Maginot Line during the siege. At the time, these were the strongest fortifications in existence. Gustav could fire shells weighing 7 tons to a distance 47 kilometers. When fully assembled, the Schwerer Gustav weighed nearly 1,350 tons. Number 7. The V-2 rocket, a Nazi innovation, was first used to bomb London during 1944. The war saw more than 3,000 V-2s launched. They were responsible for killing at least 2,754 people just in London. They also destroyed so much property that it precipitated a housing crisis. They were built by concentration camp prisoners, thousands of whom died in the process. Number 6. The Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, ICBM, is a ballistic missile that is guided to the target. It can travel at least 3,400 miles and was built primarily for transporting nuclear weapons. ICBMs have the capability of being launched from airplanes, submarines, missile silos, and vehicles. They became an integral part of the MAD doctrine because these weapons allowed the flexibility that enabled the country to strike back and destroy the enemy. It basically guaranteed a second strike on the enemy. Number 5. The MIRV, which is a multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, is a payload for ballistic missiles that contains multiple warheads. Each warhead has the capability of being aimed to hit one of many targets. The old-fashioned warheads could only transport a single nuclear bomb on a single missile and aim for a single target. The next step was the Multiple Re-Entry Vehicle, MRV, missile that could carry numerous warheads that were all dispersed but not individually aimed, which resulted in a blast similar to a shotgun. The MIRV solved that problem. All warheads were now targetable. Number 4. All that is alive merely evaporates, is the quote Russian Deputy Chief of Russian General Staff Alexander Rukshin shared when asked about their newly developed bow in 2007. The Russians successfully tested and released their aviation thermobaric bomb of increased power, quickly nicknamed the father of all bombs, FOAB. The FOAB is reportedly 4 times more powerful than the U.S. military's biggest non-nuclear bomb, the GBU-43/B massive ordnance air bomb, which is officially designated with the acronym MOAB, known popularly as the mother of all bombs. This makes the Russian device officially the most powerful conventional non-nuclear weapon in the world. Number 3. Fat Man and Little Boy. These 2 infamous nuclear bombs were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II, changing the course of our history. Named after film characters, these horrifying nuclear bombs gave us the most shocking memory of what a nuclear warfare can do to the world. An explosive nuclear chain reaction occurs when a sufficient quantity of nuclear fuel, such as uranium or plutonium, is brought together to form a critical mass. This is the minimum amount of fissionable material needed to start a chain reaction. Number 2. Tsar Bomb. Every aspect of the phrase, weapons of mass destruction, applies to the Tsar Bomb. The weapon was the Soviet Union's rebuttal to the United States nuclear program. A massive device, designed to decimate everything, that's what the bomb was. Only one was ever detonated, and that was enough. Tsar Bomb remains the most powerful device ever detonated by mankind. To compare, the most powerful device the United States ever created was the B-41. It was also the only three-stage nuclear device the US created. The B-41 had a maximum yield of 25 megatons TNT, while the Tsar Bomb had a maximum yield of 100 megatons of TNT. And now, for our number 1 on this list. Biological weapons. The use of biological weapons, or bioweapons, dates back to the ancient world. As early as 1500 BC, the Hittites of Asia Minor recognized the power of contagions and sent plague victims into enemy lands. Armies, too, have long understood the power of bioweapons, catapulting diseased corpses into besieged fortresses and poisoning enemy wells. Some historians even argue that the 10 biblical plagues Moses called down against the Egyptians may have been more of a concentrated campaign of biological warfare rather than the acts of a vengeful God.